Hi everybody. I've spoke a lot about the Yaris fuel consumption since we've owned it, and there's lots on the internet about how good it is. But one subject that's not mentioned a lot is, how long this thing runs on, or how far it runs on electricity, on the electric motor, and how often it's actually running in EV mode. Now, the blurb will tell you that it'll run up to 80 miles an hour on EV, and I thought at first, oh, that sounds good. I'll press the EV button and I'll give it a blast from 0 and see how quick it is up to 80 on EV. But of course it doesn't work like that. As I mentioned in my EV button video, I'll put a link to that. The EV button's simply for moving it around on the drive when you don't want the engine to start, if it's cold or something like that. It's not for pressing when you're moving along. The car just sorts all that out. If you put it in EV mode and set off, once you get to 25, it'll just click onto the motor because it thinks you want to be accelerating, and that would reduce the battery very, very quickly. But it's a very small battery, and that's why I'm surprised how often it is running on EV. It's only a sort of, I think 0.75 of a kilowatt battery, 3/4 of a kilowatt. That's quite small when you consider that full EVs are up to, I don't know, is it 70, 80 kilowatts? I think the first Nissan Leaf is about 22 kilowatts. So although it's a powerful electric motor, it's only a very, very small battery. So that has really surprised me. So what it means by it's able to run up to 80 mile an hour in EV mode is that when you're coursing along on a flat surface with very little throttle, the electric motor may well kick in at a high speed if there's enough battery available. Now, I've never been seen anywhere near 80 miles an hour on EV, but quite a few 70s, and quite often, light throttle, flat, 65, you'll see it click in. You have to look at the dash to notice, actually, because that petrol engine, when you're not accelerating, is very, very quiet. When it clicks onto EV, you're not always certain that it has done. So it is quite remarkable. So what I've done is I've checked the app, and I'm given that the app is reasonably accurate. I've taken the figures off it. And what I'm going to show you is over the year till now, from January, how often this little thing has been running on electricity. You'll be quite surprised, I think. Just for a bit of reference for those that are interested, there's the motor, 3-cylinder 1.5 engine. About 90 brake horsepower that gives, non-turbo, but Atkinson cycle. And there's the beefy electric motor there. I'll put up what power that kicks out. I think it's about 60 brake horsepower. But they don't add them together for the total output. Total output's about 116 bhp, but that's quite a big EV motor there, or electric motor, should I say. Right, let's have a look at these geeky figures. Apologise, going to be a lot of figures here. So there's the yearly figures so far. I won't go through all of them, but basically total mileage for the month, total miles it's run on electricity, and average miles per gallon. A few highlights there. June, you can see, that was when we were on holiday in France, 2,400 miles that month. And during that month it ran 1,067 miles in EV mode. Naturally then it returned 76.9. Now obviously you'll see with the season changing, there's more miles per gallon, more EV when it's warm, obviously because of the battery and the motor. Engines run better when it's warmer, and that's why you'll get a variation. So the other extreme, January of this year, 1,000 miles, 311, still quite good in EV mode, and down to 60.8. So we went there from a 76.9 to 60.8. I think December so far, it's on about 68, been quite cold. So let's look at the total then. So the total over the year so far is 13,020 miles. You can see I've put the metric in there, the kilometres. 4,950 odd on in EV mode. Is that about 40%, something like that? And there's your average for the year so far, 70.8, and we've got the metric 3.99 litres per 100 kilometres. So impressive MPG and impressive running on electricity. It's funny that we have a 10,000 mile service interval on the Yaris, but actually it never actually does 10,000 when it's done. It's probably only done about, the engine's probably only done about 6 or so. But obviously it has a harder time because it's shutting down and starting up quite a lot. So yeah, very impressive, I think. So there we are. Although it's Kath's car, it's not mine. I run it regularly and yep, it continues to impress. Catch up with you soon. Bye.